Yo guys, welcome back to Cryptoria. Today I'm going to be covering Bitcoin, but before I do, I'll appreciate if you like, subscribe and turn on bell notification for all future videos. And with that being said, let's get into today's video. So guys, before I do start with the Bitcoin analysis, I want to say a huge thanks to everyone who's subscribed and have continued to support this channel. I've recently hit my first target of 1,000 subscribers as something that I wanted to achieve within a year. I've managed to actually grind hard and get it done within 5 months of actually doing YouTube. So I just want to say a huge thanks. And another thing I want to mention as well, a huge sorry as well for being away for the last 2 weeks. Just needed some time off YouTube, especially when I've been posting videos consistently for the last 5 months. I feel like I need a bit of time off as well. So guys, just want to say again a huge thanks. And with that being said, I'm going to jump straight into the analysis, guys. So I've jumped onto the monthly time frame, guys. As you guys can see, Bitcoin is surging again above that 50,000 level. So I will be just marking that 50,000 level around here. So as you guys can see, around that 50,000 level is where it has been surging at the moment. It has actually peaked just above. So it has been teasing us quite a lot. So as you guys can see, last month as well, it did go up. It didn't actually stay above that 50,000, same with the previous month before as well. So it has been surging across that 50,000 level very, every single time for the last 3 months. Bear in mind, guys, it's only been 5 days into this month, so just expect something like this to happen again. So around that 50,000 is where it is at the moment, especially with the news happening as well. So it has actually gone up quite a lot in the first month. So as you guys can see, it's gone up nearly 20% over this month just alone. So that is what is happening at the moment. So guys, what can I actually see happening? As you guys can see, has made that major trend line broken around here. So it did surge above that trend line around the start of last year, around that July time. It did surge all the way up, did have that massive peak around there, around that 64,000 level, and unfortunately it did dip all the way back down to around that 28,000 level. As you guys can see, a massive 55% sell-off. So that is what's happening at the moment. If I just remove all at the moment, going even to the Fibonacci, as you guys can see, there is a massive retracement back down towards that 50% level, 61.8 level, and as you guys can see, it did create that nice level of support around that 35,000 level. So if I mark it out here, as you guys can see, around that 34,000 level, there was that massive support created, and it has been spiking around these levels for the last those 3 months over here. As you guys can see, it has rejected that 61.8 level quite a lot of times, as you guys can see around those levels. It does seem to be going towards that 100% level again, as you guys can see, back towards those highs initially. What it might do after that is either reject straight back down towards those levels again around those 51.8 level before creating another level of strong support like this, as you guys can see, going back up here, retesting that level, and then going towards at least that 70,000 level initially, towards that 80,000, and of course towards that 100,000 level, which a lot of people are expecting with Bitcoin as well. But obviously, guys, this might play out for the wrong one as well, as you guys can see, putting the Fibonacci this way as well. As you guys can see, it might be rejecting this level here, and it might be causing a bit of downward momentum back down towards those lows seen before around that 28,000 level. There's always an up and always a downside as well, guys. Just be expected for the better of both of them. So at the moment, even zooming in, as you guys can see in the monthly, I want to give you guys a full breakdown on Bitcoin and where I see it happening. Even here, as you guys can see, that resistance level formed around that 50,000 level, roughly around that 47,000 level. As you guys can see, it does seem to be breaking. If it stays above there, guys, what I do see happening is either just a bit of a retest back here, staying above that 50,000, and then going back towards these level of resistances around that 60,000 level. Sorry, again, let's mark that again. So around that 60,000 level around here, before maybe rejecting it, maybe ranging for a bit, or completely breaking it, going towards that 70,000 level initially, then the 80,000, 90,000, 100,000. Just don't expect things to happen so quickly, especially as you guys can see, it took quite a lot of time from last year all the way to up where it is at the moment, from around that 30,000 level to around that 64,000 level is where I see price happening. Also, if you mark out the trend line from here, guys, as you guys can see, just be aware of this as well. It's already touched twice. There might be a further retracement back down to these levels here as well, another 40% drop. So then what I might do is completely reject this level of resistances, go back down towards here before going back up, or completely breaking down towards these strong level of resistances around that all-time high back in 2017, around that 13,000 level. So that is where I see price heading to. So guys, hopefully that does make sense. Jumping into the weekly, guys, as you guys can see, it does seem to be a bit choppy at the moment in terms of the weekly, but you guys can see that level of strong support formed around that 30,000 level, roughly around that 30,000 level, has been rejecting these weeks a lot, and as you guys can see, has created that very strong level of support at the moment. And if I just mark out this range at the moment, so if I mark out this level, as you guys can see, these weeks have been rejecting it so many times. So it has rejected these levels around that 31,000 to around that 35,000 level quite a lot. So that is what you guys can see. As you guys can see, the amount of times it's rejecting this range, creating those multiple levels of support, and does seem to be breaking that level of resistance, as you guys can see, around that 40,000 level, and then has surged ever since then. So be aware of this range here as well, guys. As you guys can see, I'll mark out the zone again over here. You can see this level of range has been very choppy those weeks. Obviously it did have that surge to that 64,000 level back in April, but as you guys can see, ever since then has dipped all the way back down towards these levels, has ranged a bit, and now it does seem to be surging and does seem to be playing out this way as well. So what it might do is the same thing, guys, just range for a bit. It might drop down again, or what it might do is completely break above that range and go completely beyond, as I said, back towards the 70,000 levels and towards that 80,000, 100,000 levels is where I see price happening. As again, guys, I did say watch out for that trend line as well. As you guys can see, it's a very level of strong trend lines being formed at the moment, so you just have to be aware of where price might be heading to. But just be aware of these resistance levels here, guys, especially around that 60,000 level is where price seems to be happening, but it has to be breaking these level of minor resistance level around that here, around that 52,000 level. If that does break and stays above, I do see it going towards that 60,000 level for sure. So that is where I see price happening. Even jumping on daily, guys, if you guys do intraday trading and do, you know, a lot of short-term plays especially, you can see a lot of things happening at the moment. Mark out this resistance level, this trend line over here, so going over here. So as you guys can see, marking here, as you guys can see, it's going to be touching that third one over here around that 50,000 level again. So what might happen, guys, is another drop off around back to these supports here, that 40,000 level, or what it might do is completely break the structure, create a level of supports again, and going towards those highs over there again. So guys, just be aware of these plays as well. There's a lot of stuff that you can see clearly on this chart as well, especially at the moment. As you guys can see, price action has been very bullish. It does seem to be creating that lower high at the moment before going up towards those new lower highs over there as well. So just be aware of where price is heading to. So that is what I think as well. Even jumping onto 4 hour, guys, as you guys can see, it has been playing a lot of lower lows, lower highs. So what I might do is do the same thing again. So it does seem to be rejecting that level right now, and if you go here, as you guys can see, that level of strong support has been formed again around that 47,000 level, and it has been playing out quite well, broken this level of resistances, and it has retested that resistance. If I mark out here, guys, as you guys can see, the resistance was broken, did retest it nicely around that 48,000 level, and does seem to be going up ever since then. So as of, you know, when this resistance was broken, has been up 3%. So as you guys can see, there is level of clean candles here as well, so there's no stopping it going up towards those highs around that 52,000 initially for that 8% return. So guys, that is what I think in terms of Bitcoin, where it's heading to, and you know, the long term and the short term, guys, there's always a two-way about it. So guys, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, and turn on bell notifications for all future videos. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video.